Hey, YouTube. Good afternoon, my loyal subscribers. Okay. Well, one person. Who's everybody else at? We'll wait for a few minutes. Tell me if you can hear me, whoever's on here. I want to make sure that the microphone works in my laptop. I'm gonna wait a few minutes then I'll start. I know it's kind of infrequent that I go live stream, but like I told y'all, until I get my 1,000 subscribers, then I will be live streaming on my mobile phone. Excuse me. Can you clean this? Because I've been sitting at this junk for the. All right, y'all not on here? What's going on? I know it's 7:40, so. All right, I'm gonna wait a few more minutes, and then after that, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. Can I get a refill on this sweet tea? I mean, not sweet tea, lemonade when you finish. Thank you.
Would you like any more ice?
Yes. It needs more ice. Y'all, no ice is too small. It don't even make the drinks hot. All right, y'all. Where y'all at? I'm sitting here. All right, so let me start. I'm just going to end the live stream. So anyway, as the title stated, Chick-fil-A is going to have their own delivery drivers now. It is actually a test market done on the Chick-fil-A here in Atlanta at the Panola Road location. So let me tell you how I found out. So about a month ago, I saw it advertised that Chick-fil-A was hiring drivers. So I was like, okay. So it might have been less than a month ago. So today, when I was doing my store deliveries, I went to Chick-fil-A. You know, I always go to Chick-fil-A, of course. And I went there to charge my phone and my tablet. So while I was sitting there for a couple of hours, I saw the guy, well, two of them, they had like the gray shirts on, and they had this big old huge Chick-fil-A delivery bags, and they were leaving to go to delivery. So I knew that Chick-fil-A always did catering, right? So I asked one of the cashiers, when did y'all started doing deliveries? And they said that they started like 3 weeks ago. So about 3 weeks ago, they have their own regular employees. They do food deliveries for their items. And she said there was a test market. They was doing a test market at that store to see how it works out because they were looking at the numbers in regards to deliveries. So this this is the only location known so far in nationwide that they're doing a test market at this location at the Chick-fil-A. So rather they're still going to use DoorDash, but let me tell you, I've always said this a couple years ago. All these companies using all these different apps to do the food deliveries, paying each company 35, 40%, $500 per store to activate the tablet for the new, when Grubhub and Uber Eats and all this became big about 3 years ago, going on maybe, yeah, it's been about 3 years ago. 3 years ago, food delivery apps came about in terms of like Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, even though some of them always been a delivery service, but the way they do the deliveries with the phone and the app. So Chick-fil-A is now going to test. They did the test market. They're going to see how it goes in regards to them doing their own deliveries versus probably, and I bet y'all a good sum of money that the relationship they're going to have with DoorDash is going to be non-existent. Now, a lot of people may say, no, it's cheaper. They do the DoorDash and they could have other drivers to pick up the food, blah, blah, blah. That's the selfish way of thinking because you're thinking more about, you know, you're not going to be able to get any deliveries and tips. But you have to look at it from this standpoint. Chick-fil-A already has its own app to order food from, right? Two, everybody already, the technology is already there for anybody to already have an app and download a delivery app and they can conduct their transactions with deliveries. So a lot of these companies, why pay 35%, 45% for each company with all these tablets to do deliveries when in fact is you could have one, quality control of your own product. Two, you're not giving 35, 45% of each revenue to Grubhub and DoorDash and Uber Eats. Three, you're maintaining the integrity of your reputation and of your food. So now that the technology is in place, because Chick-fil-A had their app, for 3, 4 years, right? Everybody could place an order on the app. They could drive to the designated mobile section to pick up. They go out, the customer orders the food, they arrived, and then they have the people go out and give them their bag of food and not even get out the car. And because they don't have to get out the car, they already paid for the food on the app. They could drive up. They don't have to walk into the store and get their food, or they don't necessarily have to go to the driveway and pick up their food. Chick-fil-A been wrapped around this building. I don't care which Chick-fil-A it is. I don't care. Every location I've gone to, they always had the driveway. People constantly pulling into the driveway to pick up food. So now that they are offering in-house office delivery, I'm not talking about catering either. I'm talking strictly delivery. You place an order, you put your address in, and they will deliver your food. Now, it's only happening at one location on Panola Road. If anyone's from Atlanta that knows anything about Atlanta or Lithonia or Stone Mountain area, DeKalb County rather, Panola Road at Chick-fil-A, is the test market for food deliveries where the employees will now be delivering your Chick-fil-A food directly to you at your address. Now I live too far away from that location, so they won't be delivering it to my house. But I could assure you, this is a test market. Even though it's a test market and this is a test market store, if it's successful, which I believe it will, DoorDash could kiss Chick-fil-A goodbye in regards to that account. DoorDash will not have the Chick-fil-A account too much longer. I assure you that. I could assure you that my name is not Teresa, because when you think about Amazon, when Amazon had Instacart to do their deliveries, not yeah, Instacart was the partner for Whole Food. I mean, Whole Food used Instacart to do their grocery deliveries. And hey, Romero Bacala. So when Whole Food was using Instacart to do their grocery delivery, and then of course, as y'all know, Amazon bought out Whole Food, and when Amazon bought out Whole Food, it was going to take about a good year and a half, maybe two, to phase out completely using Instacart to pick up Whole Food groceries. Now, Amazon uses its own partners or independent contractors to pick up to pick up the groceries and process the groceries and deliver the groceries. And Instacart, on the other hand, hey Rebecca, I was wondering where everybody was at. So Amazon uses Amazon Flex. I asked this guy a long time ago to give me something to drink. He outside. Jesus, people, boy. So anyway, so it took a good minute for that to happen. Now, what Chick-fil-A hiring their own people to do? Oh, this is a test market. It's the I don't know where you live, Romero, but it's the Chick-fil-A on Panola Road in Decatur. Is that Decatur? No, that's Lithonia. They're doing a test market. So I found out today that Chick-fil-A has employees doing the deliveries for the Chick-fil-A. I don't know what they're doing there. I know this is a test market here in Atlanta. I'm not sure if this is the only one nationwide doing it or they're doing it in several locations. But I know this is 3 weeks they started doing deliveries and have employees deliver Chick-fil-A. Because on their app, they told me if you go and sign on the app, it will yeah, it's not even about problems. They know it was lucrative. Why hire DoorDash to take 35-40% of the delivery fees or the revenue that they get from the deliveries and have drivers come to pick up the food? You have lack of quality control, because when I saw them leaving, I was there for a couple of hours when I was in the area doing my part-time job. I saw they had like a gray shirt on. They had this huge delivery bag with the food. Um, some stores 40 to 80%. 40 to 80% what? I don't understand. It's 35% that they take from revenue that they pay Amazon. I don't think it's 80%. I spoke to a lot of these stores and I asked them. They told me DoorDash charged 35% of the revenue from the delivery fees. And then there's the activation fee, which is like $400, $500 per store. And that's not even just Amazon, that's all of them. So some of these companies, when I first started, they would have 4 or 5 tablets on the table. Well, these were small independent restaurants that I asked about. I don't know what they charging for the big chains. But if it's $500 for one restaurant and it's 100, 200 stores in one state, that's $20,000 to $50,000 plus that they paying just for DoorDash just to put a tablet. That's just a tablet. That's not even the we're not even talking about the up fees of they charging on the food and the percentage they take off the revenue from the deliveries that they accumulate. So I already knew. I said that don't make no sense. I said if I was a restaurant owner, that's why a lot of these small independent I don't say independent, these small non-franchise um, restaurants, they were losing money. And I said, you got to be losing money because you got that big real estate, all the big real estate. You have empty tables in the restaurant because everybody want to order from home or deliver. So you still have to pay the rent for the restaurant. You still got to pay the lights, the gas, the employees. Then people who are waiters and waitresses and cashiers, you don't need as many, so they losing their job. A lot of people will tell me. I heard some people say in videos, well, they ain't got to get mad at us. They could go ahead and be a Uber Eats delivery person and DoorDash, and they could do the same thing. Yeah, and probably a lot of them probably lost their job from this nerd. Excuse me. Did you not remember my drink that I asked for?
It was
Thank
lemonade.
you. Yes.
Ice.
Yes. Thank you.
You take yourself off.
Thank you. So the only is the insurance and the per hours that the store pays to their employees. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not cheaper to pay the 35% than the higher employees. You lose. No, it's not. Because it's not, and I'm saying 35%. I'm not even That's not even including whatever other fees they talking about. I wasn't privy to all the details of the transactions and how it works. Because someone I spoke with told me they asked about Uber Eats, and they told me they worked as a waitress or something. I spoke to them last week, and she was doing Uber Eats or something. She was telling me Uber Eats or Grubhub, and she was asking one of the restaurant owners who was doing. She worked at a Jamaican restaurant, and she asked one of the owners, and they told them that when these companies restaurants signed up for Uber Eats and Grubhub and DoorDash and all the rest of them, um, they first they market those companies and say, okay, oh, you sign up for DoorDash or Grubhub, you could get free marketing. Thank you. You could get free marketing on our website, and you could draw traffic so people could order your food. But they didn't. But one thing they was telling them was, we'll advertise it with no delivery fee, or there's no delivery fee, and your customers could go and order from your restaurant with $3 delivery fee. And another thing is, it's not the full menu. It's only certain item menus they could promote on that DoorDash website or Uber Eats. They don't put the full-fledged restaurant menu on there. I know that for sure. So and then on top of that, if it's $3 at the store or restaurant rather, but the menu is showing the price is going to be $7, they getting money from the price of the meal difference. If you charge $5 online, but if you go inside it's $3, they getting the $2 plus is the 35% on the revenue that they make, whether they collect it monthly, weekly, whatever. I don't know. Then Um, so it's like what she also told me, it was like for every order or every delivery they get $2. But that's mm-mm. So what does that do? Your kitchen staff, you gonna have to they get if there's a lot of orders coming in or a lot of people order one particular time of the evening or weekend, they giving them a promotion. See, a lot of people don't. You have to look at it as a customer. You may and you order Uber Eats, you may be getting a promotion, but when that promotion ends, the revenue that you generated from doing that promotion, all of a sudden you say, "Well, dang, what happened? I'm not making as much money from doing the Uber Eats. I'm losing customers because a lot of people are not going to dine in as much because a lot of people are going to say, well, I'm going to go and order food from this company because they're giving me, I can get a discount." So the restaurants have to compete amongst area restaurants to stay afloat because they get that they under the impression that, oh, if I don't do Uber Eats, then I'm going to lose out because my competitor is doing Uber Eats and Grubhub and DoorDash. So let me jump on the bandwagon too. But in the meantime, all these restaurants has all this real estate space to pay, and nobody's coming in to eat. And then when people go to, and then at the same time, if they hiring all these people picking up the food and they late, they cancel. You know how people cherry pick orders. They made the food. They made the food thinking the driver's on his way. They cancel, or somebody eat the food, or whatever the case may be. They losing quality control. The customer gets the food. Next thing you know, they get a thumbs down. Don't you know restaurants get rated too? Just like the driver gives a thumbs down or a rating to the customer, the restaurant also evaluates the drivers. Everybody's evaluated. So if the website is promoting the business because they say you get free advertising going on Uber Eats and you could get advertising, everybody could go online and view and this and that. They get, and you look at the rating from Uber and they get a bad rating from the driver or they get a bad rating from the customer. Your reputation is down. Your reputation is going down. So I don't see, I'm not even talking about the regular normal rating you get from restaurants just by poor service or whatever, but to expose yourself to these deliveries and then you losing um, customers from dining in. Everybody want to order the food. It's not worth it. That's why you don't see. I can only speak for Atlanta, but I can assure you this is happening nationwide. It is not a coincidence that Chick-fil-A, Burger King, nasty Burger King, McDonald's, um, all these big chain, Taco Bell, is using DoorDash and Grubhub to do deliveries. It looked cute at first. Oh, yeah, that's right. We ain't gotta pay the delivery drivers. We ain't gotta pay them a salary. We ain't gotta pay them. So let's use a third party company to do deliveries because it saves us on this, that, or whatever. But when they realized that the tech, and it wasn't, and it had nothing to do. Trust me, it had nothing to do with a purpose for me. It had nothing to do with saving money on a restaurant end. They're not saving any money by having DoorDash, Grubhub, DoorDash, and Uber Eats and stuff coming and pick up the food and delivering to customers. You know, Chick-fil-A, I'm telling you, Chick-fil-A doing this test market thing by having their own drivers pick up the food and deliver the food. Trust me, Chick-fil-A corporate office. I tell you, I interviewed with the corporate office a couple of years ago. Those data analysts at Chick-fil-A, When they looked at the numbers, the franchises, they look at the numbers, and they were looking at the deliveries what DoorDash was doing. It was like, we're gonna do a test market. Let's see if hiring our own drivers to do it. Because look at this Chick-fil-A. I've been to Chick-fil-A. I've been to Chick-fil-A every day. I go into Chick-fil-A. They know when it's crowded on certain days of the week, certain days of the time of the day. They know when that drive-through always wrapped around the building. They got the technology to do it. Every company now has the technology to do it. And they could do their own deliveries. They got employees that works here. Most of the time they standing around. When it's busy, it's busy. They in and out, going to the cars, to the mobile section, and people paid on the phone. They ain't getting out the car. They paid for the food. The food's already paid for. They send a person out there to deliver it, to give them the food. The reason why Chick-fil-A hires younger people, like every Chick-fil-A, I don't care where I go to, I start noticing they don't hire, they hire a lot of people in high school. You know, they work in high school. I ain't seen not one person yet my age, not to say I want to work at Chick-fil-A as a cashier or nothing, but I mean, they hire young people, they in high school. And I know it because I hear it all the time. Oh, I'm in high school, you know. And they may hire an older person, they clean the tables and stuff. Like they got this one old white black lady who comes in. She works I overheard her say the other day when I was in here that she only works like 3 days a week, 4 hours. Hey, Lynn. And and what? And she probably works from like morning to about the afternoon, and that's it. As for the people who are at high school, see now school is out for the summer, but they have them work depending on if they're a senior or whatever. They may work right before school starts, or maybe in the middle of the afternoon, or something like that. But every Chick-fil-A I've gone to, every single one I've gone to, I've noticed that they only hire people like high school age, and they only could work a certain number of hours when school starts. Summertime they'll work whatever. They do that I'm telling you. It ain't cost them nothing. They just gonna hire somebody at 18 or a little bit higher to do the deliveries, and that's it. They'll hire somebody at a certain age to do the deliveries. So if this test market works and that franchise store, because all of my franchise, if it works, that contract, when that thing ends with DoorDash, that is it. It is a done deal. Cool. They're going to say, no, we don't want to do DoorDash at this location. And they ain't going to do it. They're not going to do it. And I could assure you, when that happens, all the rest of them is going to start to follow too. I don't think McDonald's would ever do it, but I don't see a lot of people going to Uber Eats. I don't see a lot of Uber Eats people picking up doing Uber Eats for McDonald's as much anymore, like I used to a year ago, 2 years ago. That thing tablet went off in the McDonald's because I used to go into McDonald's all the time, and I would hear that bling, whatever that bell sound or whatever that noise it was. Now I go to McDonald's. Nope. Nope. People are not willing to pay that extra money to go to fast foods. The ones who got the money that pays to do the affordability to order food like that and pay upcharge prices, they do not eat at fast food. They don't. Now they may do Chick-fil-A. People love Chick-fil-A. Let me tell you, they may pay Chick-fil-A, but they are not going to pay that DoorDash and Postmate upcharges for Chick-fil-A and have the food delivered all kind of crazy. They don't have quality control. And I'm not saying quality control is not that little flimsy ass, cheap ass bag that people using with DoorDash to deliver the food. Some people say, I always, when I deliver my food to my customer, I got the bag and I got, that ain't quality control. That is not quality control. I heard something yesterday saying that the dirtiest or the nastiest is an Uber car. It was dirtier and nastier than a regular taxi cab. And that was in the New York Times. They said they said there were more germs in Uber cars than there was taxi cabs. Then they said it was more dirtier in than restaurants because people getting the Uber cars in and out of the Uber cars, it was more nasty germs, people body fluid odor coming in the cars and stuff. And I was like, ooh. And when I heard that and I read that, and it was discussed, I was like, ooh. I said, really? But then when you think about it, it's true. It made sense. It made sense. But anyways, you just have to think about it, Really, 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 really think about it. Why give 35, 40%, losing customers and upcharging prices? People ain't gonna fall for that. And I think that they knew it too. They was like, no. I said, you making all that money from us like that? You know? They said, why should you do that when you could do your own app? You ain't anything about it. I see it working. You're still gonna get the same service. You get the same quality service as you come inside versus order some random DoorDasher dashing. And sorry to say, when I heard that and I saw it today and they told me, I said, shoot, I could see that really working. And you should have seen those bags they had. It wasn't no regular old random looking delivery bag either. Ooh, hold on, y'all. Hello? I'm fine. I'm just sitting here at Chick-fil-A in 78. Mm. Aw, it'll be all right. Oh, it's so freezing in here. I had found me some Beats headsets one time in Walmart, and it was on laid on the floor. I was like, "What? So what is this?" Picked it up. Nobody came for it. Well, this is a crowded Walmart, so And I was like, "Dang, I wonder how you charge it." Boss, boss. Well, top of the line.